Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Thursday. It is 7th of August. It is Shravana Masa, Shridhara Masa, Sukla Paksham, and the Trayodasi Tithi. There are no Vaishnava events today. So we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Vidura inquiring from Maitreya Rishi to speak about Krishna Katha. And Vidura said, he is not satisfied hearing a little bit of Krishna Katha. So that Krishna Katha, if it goes through the ear holes, so once family attachment will be completely cut off, and then he will be freed from the material entanglement and back to Godhead. So he will go back to Godhead. So likewise, Vidura was just inspiring Maitreya Rishi to speak more on Krishna Katha. कस्तृप्तयात्तीर्थपदोभिधानान् सत्रेषु वः सूरिभिः युज्यमानान् यः कर्णनाडीं पुरुषस्य यातो भवप्रदां गेहरतिं चिनत्ति भवप्रदां गेहरतिं चिनत्ति गेहरतिं. This is the attachment to the family. Gehartim Chinati, that once that will be cut off, then Bhavapradham, which gives birth and death, that life cycle. So that is Geharatim, that will be destroyed. Okay, so likewise, we were inquiring yesterday. So today further he is mentioning, oh my dear Maitreya Rishi, so your friend Vyasadev, he has spoke Bharatam, so he has compiled and also he spoke Bharatam. He has described it vividly. So that contains, so it is Sarvardha Paribrumbhitam. It contains so many of those things. So, but that is the meaning or the purpose of Mahabharata is only to bring all the conditioned souls nearer to Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna, and also attract to bring them towards the lotus feet of Krishna, all of their minds. And then, so this is what I wanted to hear as well. So likewise, Vidura is inspiring Maitreya Rishi. After hearing everything, one has to come and attract towards the Harikatha. Okay, so likewise, Vidura is mentioning we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 5, verse number 12. मुनिर्विवक्षुः भगवद्गुणानां सकापिते भारतम् आह कृष्णः यस्मिन् नृणां ग्राम्य सुखानुवादैर्मतिर्गृहीतानु हरेः कटायां मुनिर्विवक्षुः भगवद्गुणानां. So Munihi, the sage, Vivakshuhu, he described. What are they? Bhagavad Gunanam, the transcendental qualities of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Munir Vivakshu Bhagavad Gunanam and Sakapite, and who is your friend also? Oh, Maitreya Rishi, your friend. So Maitreya Rishi and Vyasa, they both studied under their father Parashara Muni. So they are friends. Sakapite Bharatam Aha Krishnaha. Bharatam. So this is, he has described transcendental qualities of Krishna in the Mahabharata as well. But that is as part of, as a Bhagavad Gita. Of course, throughout the Mahabharata, so Krishna's role was there in different places. but actually Bhagavad Gita is the essence. So in different places, when Krishna was mentioned, there Krishna's glories were also described, but here and there. But it is diluted over the 100,000 shlokas, entire. But it is some part it contains politics, some part economics, some part different topics, but in between Krishna's glories as well. Sakapite Bharatam Aha Krishna, and he also described Krishna. Krishna here, this is Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. In the Mahabharata, in the history, we could see the four people with the name Krishna. One is our Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Second is Arjuna, who is also called Krishna. Third is Draupadi, and Draupadi is also Krishna, and Vyasadeva. So Vyasadeva, it is also Krishna. So you see Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. So he spoke Bharatam. He has described. And for what purpose? Yasmin Dunam Grami Sukhanuvadhe. Yasmin. So in which Dunam for of the people Grami Sukhanuvadhehi. Grami Sukha. So this is Volili Sukha Anuvadaihi, the pleasure derived from the mundane topics. So that is Bharatam contains many of those topics, mundane topic. Mundane topics means which is not supreme personality of Godhead. That is all mundane. It doesn't matter whatever it belongs to. These are all mundane. Yesmindunam grami sukhanuvadir matir grihitanu harehe katayam. And all these topics also described, and within there, why? Because once they're gradually studying those and hearing those Mahabharat, then matir gruhitanu harehe katayam, to bring the attention toward just to draw the attention towards the supreme personality of Godhead, or harehe katayam, of the Lord, katayam, the speeches of the Lord. This is Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so likewise, Vidura is asking Maitreya to speak about Krishna Katha only, what Krishna spoke and what about Krishna. So both are Krishna Katha, means two, what Krishna Upadesh, and one is Upadesh about Krishna. Okay, so Munir Vyakshu Bhagavad Gunanam Sakapite Bharatamaha Krishna Yasmin Dunam Grami Sukhanuvadhe Matir Grihitanu Harehe Katayam. Translation. Your friend, the great sage Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa, has already described the transcendental qualities of the Lord in his great work, the Mahabharata. But the whole idea is to draw the attention of the mass of people to Krishna Katha, Bhagavad Gita, through their strong affinity for hearing mundane topics. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request Meena Mataji to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna. The great sage Krishna Dvarpara Divapanya Vyasa is the author of all Vedic literature, of which his work Vedanta Sutra, Srimad Bhagavatam and Mahabharata are very popular reading. As stated in Bhagavatam 1.4.25, Sri Vyasadeva compiled the Mahabharata for the less intelligent class of men who take more interest in mundane topics than in the philosophy of life. The Vedanta Sutra was compiled for persons already above the mundane topics, who might already have tasted the bitterness of the so-called happiness of mundane affairs. The first portion of Vedanta Sutra is Athato Brahma Jignashu. Only when one has finished the business of mundane inquiry in the marketplace of sense gratification can one make relevant inquiry regarding Brahman. The transcendences, those persons who are busy with the mundane inquiry which fill the newspaper and other such literatures are classified as Stri, Sudra, Divyaja, bandhus or women, the labor class and onward sons of the higher classes, Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. Such less intelligent men cannot understand the purpose of Vedanta Sutra, although they may make a show of studying the sutra in a prevented way. The real purpose of Vedanta Sutra is explained by the author himself in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and anyone trying to understand Vedanta Sutra without reference to Srimad Bhagavatam is certainly misguided. Such misguided persons who are interested in the mundane affair of philo- philosophic, philanthropics and altruistic work under the misconceptions of the body as the self self could better take advantage of the Mahabharata, which was specifically compiled by Srila Vyasadeva for their benefit. The great author has compiled the Mahabharata in such a way that the less intelligent class of men who are more interested in mundane topics may read the Mahabharata with great relish in, in and in the course of such mundane happiness can also take advantage of Bhagavad Gita. The primary study of Srimad Bhagavatam or the Vedanta Sutra. Srila Vyasadeva has no interest in writing a history of mundane activity other than to give less intelligent person a chance for transcendental realization through Bhagavad Gita. Vidura reference to the Mahabharata indicated that he had heard of the Mahabharata from Vyasadeva, his real father, while he was away from home and was touring the place of pilgrimage. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So here Prabhupada is describing Srila Dvaipayana Vyasadeva. So he is the author of all Vedic literatures. He has compiled, he has one Veda, he has divided into four, and then he has given to all his disciples. And also he has compiled Mahabharata and Ashtadasha Puranas. So all these things for the sake of well-being of everyone. And Mahabharata is contained, it is the vast literature. And also before all these literatures, there were Vedas were, but it was only one Veda, and Ramayana was there. So those were the previously existing literatures. Okay, so here Srila Vyasadeva, he has, for the sake of all the less intelligent class of men, he has compiled Mahabharata. So by looking when he was meditating himself, so again, what kind of meditation Vyasadeva has gone? So he has gone through meditation two times. One is before compiling Srimad Bhagavatam, one is after, uh, sorry, before Mahabharata and doing all these Vedic literatures, and before Srimad Bhagavatam, two times. So the first time when he was meditating, so he was looking for the well-being of all the living entities, all the people in general. So because they are very less intelligent in this age of Kali. So at that time he went into meditation and understood about the less intelligent people, and then so he has compiled this one. So karma shreyasi modhanam, karma shreyasi, for the well-being of all these less intelligent people, karma shreyasi modhanam. And then he divided one Veda into multiple, compiled Mahabharata, and then gave 17 Puranas. Except Srimad Bhagavatam, he has compiled 17 Puranas by that time. And later still he was not happy. And later on, when Narad Muni came, at the time he has mentioned to Vyasadeva, you did not describe the glories of Krishna completely. So, but which is very direct to the Paramahamsanam. Priyaha Paramahamsanam Tayevihi Achyut Priyaha. But you did not do that. Then again, Vyasadeva has gone into meditation later on. Of course, after there is so much of conversations. Again, Vyasadeva went into meditation, but that meditation, second time meditation, is Bhakti Yogena Manasi, Samyak Pranihiti Amale, Apasit Purusham Purnam Mayam Tad Apashriyam. So second time when he went into meditation, but the second meditation is the Bhakti Yoga. It is completely Bhakti Yoga. The first time meditation, he wanted to do good for the people in general, but there is no Bhakti in that meditation. Second time, Bhakti, after Narada Muni instructed. Bhakti Yoga Manasi Samyak Pranihite Amale Apasyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Cha Tad Apashriyam. He has seen the Supreme Personality of Godhead completely in full. Apasyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Tad Apashriyam. And also Maya, who is taking shelter of Krishna, who is behind Krishna. Tad Apashriyam. So he has seen later on, he has compiled Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so here, so before compiling Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva has given this 1 4 25 here. Vyasadeva is describing about Mahabharata for less intelligent people. Sri Sudra Dvijabandhonam Trayi Nasruti Gochara Karma Shreyasi Modhanam Shreya Evam Bhavediha, for the well-being of Shreya Evam Bhavediha in this world, for the well-being of all these modas. This is Sri Sudra Dvija Bandhuna. And Iti Bharatam Akhyanam Krupaya Munina Krutam. So Bharatam, he has compiled Bharatam Akhyanam. Akhyanam means it is the literature. Bharatam Akhyanam Krupaya Munina Krutam. And with so much of mercy on them, he has compiled Mahabharata. So who take which contains the Sarvadha Paribrahmitam. It is Jijnasitam Susampannam. Vyasadeva also glorifies Mahabharata, but later on he criticizes that one. Vyasadeva, you have compiled everything, but you did not describe only Krishna Katha later on. Okay, this is but Bharatam contains Jijnasitam Susampannam Apite Mahadadbhutam. Mahadadbhutam. There is no comparable literature like that so far. Kritavan Bharatam Yastvam Sarvardha Paribrumbhitam. Sarva Ardha Paribrumbhitam. It contains each and every topic elaborately explained in the Mahabharata. Okay, so that is Mahabharata. Who take more interest in mundane topics than in the philosophy of life. But the Vedanta Sutra was compiled for the persons already above the mundane topics, who might already have tasted the bitterness of so-called happiness of mundane affairs. This is for the Vedanta Sutra. And the first aphorism of Vedanta Sutra is Atato Brahma Jijnasa. Atato Brahma Jijnasa. Jijnasa is inquiring about the Brahman. That is, that when it happens, only when one has finished the business of mundane inquiries in the marketplace of sense gratification can one make relevant inquiries regarding Brahman, that transcendence. So here, this part, where whatever we touch in this material world, it will only smell bad. What is smell bad? If we speak to someone, they may show off something. I am great, something like that is bad smell. Again, someone wanted to show their fame, and someone showing to their beauty. Someone wanted to do something. Everything sensitive, personal thing. If that wherever we go, that same smell comes. Dirty smell. It doesn't matter wherever we go. But when we go to the devotees, the fragrance, that is, they speak about only the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They speak about it. Then it is which attracts the pure souls. So once he is done with all the bad smells, once he understands everything is nonsense, then he is attracted to that. Where is the fragrance? That is Atato Brahma Jnasa. This is the fragrance, searching for that Brahman. Inquiries uh, regarding the Brahman, that is the transcendence. So those persons who are busy with the mundane inquiries, which fill the newspapers and other literatures, are classified as Stri Sudra Dvija Bandhus, or women, labor, and unworthy sons of the higher class of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. So this is what generally people are, these are all mudhanam, karma shreyasi mudhanam. They immediately every day they take to the news and different literatures, what is happening, what is the stock and stocking exchanges, news, what is happening, and business, and what is happening with the battles between the countries, what is happening to the economy. So these are the things everyone looking. These are on the bodily concept of life. They wanted to protect their existence. And these are less intelligent men because they're looking at very temporary things which would last for a couple of years only. Such less intelligent men cannot understand the purpose of Vedanta Sutra, although they may make a show of studying the sutras in a perverted way. So again, they cannot understand, Prabhupada is mentioning, because they are less intelligent, they cannot understand the purpose of Vedanta Sutra. So Vedesha Sarvair Ahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krud Ved Videva Chaham. So when Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Sarvasi Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Matta Smruti Jnanam Apohanam Cha Vedesha Sarvair Ahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krud Ved Videva Chaham. So all this Vedanta is only to know about me. But people, they study something, but they don't come to the understanding that Krishna is everything. They don't come to Krishna consciousness. So the real purpose of Vedanta Sutra is explained by author himself in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutra because we do not understand directly if we go into the study in Vedanta Sutra. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary on the Vedanta Sutra by the author itself. And anyone trying to understand Vedanta Sutra without reference to Srimad Bhagavatam is certainly misguided. Some people, they have compiled some Vedanta Sutra, their own commentaries. But say, for example, if I have got my father instructions are there in the home, and then I do not have to go outside and then ask what my father has said about this instruction. That is a foolishness. It's a just simply misguiding. Nowadays, so we see this is what is happening in the politics. But actually, one can understand easily. And who is Supreme Personality of Godhead? Who is my real father? And what actually he has said as it is. I will take it as it is. Then you are in the right position. We do not have to go to anywhere. Such misguided persons who are interested in the mundane affairs of philanthropic or altruistic work under the misconception of the body as the self would better take advantage of Mahabharata, which was specifically compiled by Vyasadeva for their benefit. They can take who are not that much interested in the these are misguided people. They will take pleasure in the hearing Mahabharata. Of course, before we come to Srimad Bhagavatam, we have gone through that stage as well, Mahabharata, and we were very interested what is happening between Kauravas and Pandavas, why the battle is happening, and who are they, each and every character, what is their history, and why they have acted in like that, what inspired them, and who is the bad person in that one, who is the hero in that one. So we also have gone through, that is in the preliminary stages. In the children times, we also watch this kind of stories when we haven't got to understand what is the essence of life. Okay. And then further Prabhupada is describing the great author has compiled Mahabharata in such a way that the less intelligent class of men who are more interested in mundane topics may read Mahabharata with a great relish. And in the course of such mundane happiness can also take advantage of Bhagavad Gita, the preliminary study of Srimad Bhagavatam or Vedanta Sutra. The Bhagavad Gita, it is the essence of Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopalanandanaha Padavatsha Siddhibhokta Dugdam Gitamrutam Mahan. Krishna Dugdam, he has extracted all this cream from the Sarvopanishado Gavo, all these Upanishads just like a cow, and then Arjuna is like a calf, and he has extracted milk from the cow, that is Bhagavad Gita, from all the scriptures, from all the Sarva Upanishado, all the Upanishads, and Sarvopanishado Gavo. Uh, so here it is Dogda Gopalanandana. And Krishna is compared like a Gopal. Okay, so that means who is the author of all these compilers, all these Vedic literatures, the Vedas. Okay, and then Srila Vyasadeva had no interest in writing a history of mundane activities other than to give less intelligent persons a chance for transcendent relation through Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that is the essence. And then Vidra's reference to Mahabharata indicates that he had heard Mahabharata from Vyasadeva, his real father, while he was away from home and was touring the places of pilgrimage. Okay, so wherever you go, everyone can speak Mahabharata. It doesn't matter, he must be knowing Vedanta Sutra or not. In India, not only in India, even outside of India also, many people speak about Mahabharata. They will comment somewhere or other. But everything must understand that it is to attract all of them towards Bhagavad Gita, message of um, Krishna. Okay, so likewise, Prabhupada is describing here. Matir Grihitanu Harehe Katayam. मुनिर्विवक्षु भगवद्गुणानां सकापिते भारतम आह कृष्णः यस्मिन् नृणां ग्राम्य सुखानुवादे मतिर्गृहीतानु हरेः कथायाम्. Okay, so that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. All the purpose of Mahabharata is to hear Krishna Katha. Okay, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is letter to Gargamuni, October 27th, 1970, Bombay. Okay, so can I request any other devotee to read this letter, Prabhupada's letter, please? Unallocated devotee.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. You are ready, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please.
My dear Gardamani Maharaj, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated October 1st, 1970, and I have noted the contents carefully in regards to why you have been branded as Mayavadi sannyasi by society members. That is because you are identifying the spiritual master is God. We always represent ourselves as servant of God, and you are preaching contrary. The spiritual master should be given respect of God, but that doesn't mean he is God. That is Mayavadi. You should always remember that the spiritual master is the representative of God and should be given the respect of God, but that doesn't mean that he is God himself. You can speak of the spiritual master as servant God, whereas Krishna is master God. I think this is sufficient to clear the idea. Regarding Swami Tirtha, this is just a rumor because in the past there were such symptoms. Now you should forget about the past and go forward straight for preaching this Krishna consciousness movement. Before preaching of your spiritual master as God, you never consulted me whether it was right. This means you were inspired by some external influence. Subala said that it was a mystic influence. Why that wasn't cleared up until now. That mystic influence was widely spread, which I clearly saw in Honolulu, Tokyo, or in other words, wherever Brahmananda went. Now we have to forget the past incidents and shall have to go forward with clear consciousness. Regarding punishment, there is no punishment upon you. There is reward. You have been awarded sannyas, so you have the best opportunity to serve Krishna by preaching his glories. Why punishment? Before talking sannyas, I told you that you may remain a brahmachari because management in LA was with you. Now you have voluntarily taken sannyas. You may take advantage of this opportunity and preach this Krishna cult and expand missionary activities. Do it sincerely. For my disciples, there is no punishment. There is no need for that. One who preaches Krishna consciousness is supposed to be glorious. Directly write me and I will give you instruction how you can go on preaching. I hope this made you in good health. Your ever well wisher is Bhaktivedanta Swami. Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any comments, Mataji, from this letter?
So here that Prabhupada is writing to Gadmuni Maharaj, there is some misunderstanding about that Mayavadi sannyasis. They are telling the spiritual master is God, and the Prabhupada doesn't like that. You can say that a good servant, but that spiritual master is not a God. So that Prabhupada was clearing up that. And that Garmu Mundi Maharaj may be preaching that is my that a spiritual master is a God himself. So that idea and that about Krishna consciousness movement that is regarding Swami Tirtha. So he's he's I'm not clear about it, but that he said the spiritual master is not good. And then he is telling Prabhupada is mentioning about the punishing to Muni Maharaj. He said, "What is my punishment?" So I think he is asking for himself that because he is saying preaching that. Spiritual master is good. So Prabhupada said there is no punishment, but yes, and that there is always you can preach about the Krishna's glories. So the other thing he's remained brahmachari, but he's taken a sannyas voluntarily. So just you can take this opportunity and preach Krishna consciousness. So if anything, then he said to then write to me, and then I will give you the instruction. So yes, Prabhu, that what I could understand. So you can elaborate more. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this letter? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So when Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was describing in the Chaitanya Charitamrita vividly in number of places, repeating again and again. So there he mentions Siksha Guru Ketajani Krishnera Swarupa Antaryami Bhakta Sreshta Yei Duye Rupa. So outside the Lord appears as a spiritual master, inside Antaryami Bhakta Sreshta. So inside Chaitya Guru. So Krishna in the two forms, but outside he is a spiritual master, he is the representative of the Lord. He should be given respect of God, but that doesn't mean that he is God. Otherwise, this is Mayavada. That is what Mayavadi Prabhupada is mentioning. Spiritual master. So today, one person claims that I'm a god, and then what happens if he has got 1,000 disciples, and all 1,000 disciples become 1,000 gods, and then they will have God, all gods, everyone become God. You God, me God, and everyone else is God except God, real God. So that is the concept of Mayavadi. So one should be very careful about. So, but one has to give respect, but he should not claim, and one should not preach like that, opposite to the scriptural injunctions. Smriti Smriti Puranadi Pancharaत्र Vidhi Vina Aikantiki Hare Bhakti Utpatayaiva Kalpate Utpatayaiva Kalpate. It is the bringing disturbance in the society. Utpatayaiva Kalpate. Rupa Goswami brings in the he quotes that particular shloka. One should be always following the scriptural injunctions when speak or do any particular activity. Otherwise, yah shastra vidhi mutsurajha vartate kamakaratah na siddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. And he would not achieve anything, no happiness, no ultimate gain. Okay, so that is, otherwise it turns into Mayavadi. It will create a disturbance in the society. Okay, the spiritual master is the servant god, whereas the Krishna is the master god. So that is the clear idea. So Prabhupada is describing to Gargamuni Maharaj. Okay, again, if there is anything such kind of doubts, one can clarify from the spiritual master straight away. Even though sometimes some devotees may be talking each other and trying to glorify the spiritual master a little bit more, and then they come to one conclusion and they will spread because without consulting the spiritual master. So that is where the mistakes happens. Okay, so Prabhupada is describing that one, second paragraph. And third one is the punishment. So in Krishna consciousness, it's not actually the punishment. So Prabhupada is mentioning for my disciples, there is no punishment. There is no need for that because they have been serving Prabhupada in various, in spreading Krishna consciousness. But small mistakes, spiritual master is Dhenavachalaha. They're always compassionate to his disciples. So there is no punishment. So that is Prabhupada is mentioning. Okay, so now whatever the opportunity you have got, you take it and go on preaching Krishna consciousness. Okay, that is from Prabhupada's instructions. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. And from the announcements point of view, so today is Thursday. Today evening we have got Krishna Katha, Krishna book reading at 8 p.m. today. That is our upcoming event. And the devotees, if you have got any updates or you have got anything to share on Krishna consciousness, kindly share. And the coming Saturday, it is the appearance of Lord Balarama. So that is again where Jolan Yatra ends, and it is the second month of Chaturmas also begins. So that is on 9th, that is Saturday. And devotees who are nearer to the temples, so just to find out those information. Okay, that is from me. And if you have got anything, kindly share. Hare Krishna. If there are no further updates, then we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandit Pranam. Hare Krishna, all devotees, Dandit Pranam. Prabhuji, tomorrow is Gaurangi Mataji having Sangha at her house. I mean to say her area, Prabhuji. We
Yeah.
happy to invite all our devotees over there. I thought she is here.
Mataji is not here.
No, she's not here. Okay. So we are very eager to see you all in Gaurangi Mataji Sangha, Prabhuji, her house, Prabhuji. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. to onwards, 7 p.m. I think she put the post on our group, isn't Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, Mataji has done
Please,
that.
devotee, kindly join for the tomorrow program. So we'll have nice association with the Nepali devotees, and we'll have our Sangha also nicely meet over there. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you for reminding that one. Tomorrow's house program. Okay, any other updates? Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with Vada Japa.
Vanchakalpadaruvesya kripa sindhuva evasya patitanam Vaishnavevya namo namaha Ananta Koti Vaishravinda Ki Samveda